Hello, my name is Philip Kedge. I am the Director of the McKenzie Friend UK network. I'm a retired Police Chief Inspector and I've been a McKenzie Friend since 2012. And as with all my blogs, my personal views and opinions are entirely my own. And today my blog is entitled Family Barrister Charges £10,000 for 2 days in family court. Client recently came to us and signed up after his barrister quoted £10,000 for what was a very straightforward final hearing and financial settlement case. Really all they had was a house to sell and the assets to be divided. They had no children, it was definitely a needs-based case. They had some savings but no pensions to really argue over. So £10,000, and what the barrister has said was a fixed fee which was owed even if the second day may not be required. I just want to break that down for you in terms of what these 2-day court hearing may look like. So day one, the court may start at 10 o'clock. Both parties may give their evidence maybe an hour and a half each, until say 1 p.m. The court will then adjourn for lunch. They'll come back at say 2 and then maybe final submissions, bit of housekeeping, and the court may conclude for that day at around 4 p.m. So that's 5 hours of court time for day one. Overnight the judge will consider what a final judgment would look like. In the morning, maybe between 10 o'clock and midday, call the parties back in where the judge will give a final judgment. And let's just say that takes 2 hours. So that's a final court time of around 7 hours, which is 420 minutes. £10,000. That equates to £23 a minute in barrister time. I've got it here for reference. £23 a minute for a barrister who isn't actually needed anyway within the family court system, because there's no advantage to having a barrister. There can't be an advantage, because if a person was advantaged by having a barrister over someone who wasn't, they would have a corrupt, third-rate family court system in the UK which advantaged people who had money over people who don't. And we don't have such a system. There is no advantage to having a barrister and there is no disadvantage to not having a barrister. And we also know that because the Judicial College tells us that. They tell us that in their equal treatment bench book, which says that a litigant in person cannot be disadvantaged over someone who has a barrister. And that's why McKenzie Friends like myself can assist you through that process at an absolute fraction of the cost of a legal representative. So what does the Judicial College say about McKenzie Friends like myself? McKenzie Friends make a significant contribution to access to justice. So what would I have charged to support my client as a non-legal entity through that 2-day final hearing? Assuming, of course, it would be 2 days. Day one I would have charged around £350. I wouldn't have charged anything as a set fee for the second day if we hadn't have had that hearing. I might have had a small deposit, but that would be about it. If I had to come back for the morning of the second hearing, for the second day, then it would be around £200. £10,000 in completely unnecessary legal fees, which gives you no advantage whatsoever, to £550 of a layperson McKenzie Friend who can assist you in court and support you through what is a fairly straightforward process. That's your choice. I'll be delighted to talk to you about any aspect of your family court case, and I'll be delighted to have a 1 hour free consultation with you. So I'm looking forward to your call.